It can be very, very normal to have challenges come up in your life. It's how we respond to those challenges that is the key. I've seen this reference to looping and comparing that to processing what we're going through. Looping is a way of masking what you're going through, it's diminishing and being quite dismissive of your present experience and like, oh, it'll be fine, and just putting on that inauthentic pretense, almost like you're trying to convince yourself that it's all going to be okay. That's a form of self soothing, which is obviously being very kind to yourself, but it's also a form of being in denial of what the reality is in that moment and what your true authentic feelings are arising. So, with processing and actually really leaning in to your present experience, you're integrating, moves you forward. It's not keeping you trapped in the cycle. It actually feels more productive. Whereas the looping element gives you a feeling of staying stuck. You're just going on a loop of the thought process, that negative mindset, limiting thought beliefs, and you just in that endless cycle of nothing's ever going to change, I'm not good enough, everything bad always happens to me. Whereas if you make the time to really process what you're going through and what you're feeling and get in touch with those emotions, it's this beautiful, sacred way of turning towards those really heartbreaking feelings. But you've got a different plan in mind. You're trying to integrate with those feelings, allow them to flow through your body, sit with them. And as that pain comes forth in like often it feels like this wave of emotion that just crashes over us. It can be all consuming, but if you meet it with presence and be really attached to allowing yourself to let it move through you, it is then able to really complete that cycle and allow you to just flow into the wisdom of the experience, getting in touch with your inner self and really getting to understand what it is that you're experiencing and like analyze it a little bit. That's when the guidance comes in, connecting with your higher self and your guides and archangels and really allowing that processing to happen in real time with just complete honesty and vulnerability. And then you're able to move into a place of freedom. So if we don't really sit with what is, then that pretense of going into looping and convincing ourselves everything's going to be okay just really deepens the wound that we're feeling. We get caught up in the story attached to it, and we gather all the evidence of stories in the past that have resonated with that present experience. So it just reinforces and allows us to really wallow in that victim mentality and limiting belief system that if we actually sit with what is and face it, we're able to really meet it, integrate with that experience, allow the wisdom to come in and allow the letting go to happen. So I hope that brings some clarity. I wonder next time you feel yourself dropping low and feeling big emotions coming in, what would it be like to sit with it? Feel welcome to share how you support yourself. Have you noticed this cycle that you're in? Do you feel like you are able to let go of past wounds and change your narrative and open yourself up to experiencing meeting yourself and holding yourself and being really present with releasing and healing?